Hello, people. Once again, it is I, the Mighty Writer. I know it's been a long time since you saw me, and I don't have a proper excuse for you guys. Say I was kidnapped and escaped a bunch of ninjas. That'd be not true. I fell in love with a girl and followed her all around the world. Also untrue. Just haven't been here. But what would bring me back? A new generation of heroes. To every generation, a hero is born. And in this generation, the ninth generation, 3 heroes were born. Let's explore. Do I have them already? Of course I do. We're going to start with our friend
Silence! The
Infantry.
sea is roaring!
The sea is roaring. According to Magnus. Magnus is our new infantry person. And we're going to look at some skills. What do we like them for? Skills. First of all, Magnus is right over here. We're going to look at expedition. We love to look at expedition because we determined right there what's his status. And look at that. He boosts friendly troop attack by 25%. What does that mean? Hello, Joiner, my old friend. First infantry joiner since what? Geronimo, pretty much, if you bought him, if you count that. So Magnus, welcome to the joiner status. For me personally, I finally now have 6 heroes for joiners, and no, I don't count the people with lower percentages. As you know, if you've seen previous videos, I'm looking for that minimum 25%, preferably all attacks, and he's going to be a friendly troop attack. So he's going to be added to our group because we're like joiner groups. Where are you over here? You can join around. Attack buff. Bradley is Seo-Yoon. So and Reyna, who was just normal attack buff. So Magnus is going to be combined, tongue twister, with Bradley, Seo-Yoon, and Reyna if you're using him. That means he works well when he's paired with obviously Hendrik. Hendrik's always paired well with anybody, and then Jesse or Jasser. Those are the really Geronimo. Because those are our other damage buffs, right? We scroll over here and we got damage buffs. Those are also my little sticky notes, little notes that I do for good old Whiteout survival. That's how I take notes. But what do we got else here? We go down to the next step. Skill number 2 for expedition is infantry under Magnus's command enjoy a 40% chance of getting 50% defense when attacking for 1 turn. So what does the Mighty Rider not really always care for? Probability heroes. So this again would factor into his lead. Let's see what else we got here. We're gonna go next. Third skill. Magnus' intrepid adventuring skills provide a 10% reduction in damage versus friendly infantry, while boosting friendly marksman damage by 10%. It's okay. I mean, you get the 10% damage down. But you have 10% damage up for marksman. And damage down is only versus friendly infantry. So, how often are you being attacked by friendly infantry? Not very often. Yeah. So, it's meh. Not gonna lie. So I like Magnus, obviously, as a joiner. But remember, he's also Hall of Heroes, so he ain't coming free. He's gonna cost you. So if you are a free to play or you are a low spender, you're probably going to skip Magnus. Maybe build him up slightly because again he will benefit you as a joiner. But maybe if you have some general charge you want to use him, but I'd recommend saving a little bit. We just got Kato on the Flunky Wheel last generation for your infantry. So you're not in dire need of infantry and we'll be fine through Gen 10. We don't have to worry about it. And then Gen 11. Gen 11 is going to be our lucky wheel. I believe it's Gregory for Gen 11. And I'm hurt. And from what I've seen, is he's the bee's knees. Do bees have knees? Bees? I don't know. I am not a person who studies insects. The name escapes me right now. Go ahead. Pause. Google that. Because I know it's going to be twirling around your brain. Who studies insects? I don't know. But let's keep going to exploration. Does he make sense for our one-on-one attacks. Does he make sense for our infantry in arena? Let's see. Magnus whirls twin axes, taunting nearby enemies to attack while dealing attack 84% damage to the same foes every half second for 3 seconds. Sounds nice. Magnus also targets here with devastating axe throw, dealing 140% damage, also tearing the wound and deals further attack 70%. That sounds pretty like a vicious attack. And the last one is his normal attacks have a 30% chance of sundering up more probability. 30% dealing 10% additional and reducing defense by 5%. I mean, it sounds nice, but I'm not overly excited for that skill. Obviously, he's still Gen 9, so he's going to be better than some of your lower ones. So, will he replace Edith as your arena person? Maybe. It's going to be more of like, we'll have to find out. But if I'm guessing, it's probably not significant enough to help you out there. We go back to our gear. This is where we're checking our widgets. How good are your widgets? Oops, wrong button. So we've got heroic stock for his exploration, which is reduces incoming damage by 15% while increasing defense by 75%. Sounds pretty good for defense there. And then finally, he increases health by 15%. Health is always good for when you're being in that garrison. Obviously, that doesn't help at all with Joiner. Doesn't matter as much. But as your leader, as part of a garrison, he's increased health. So health is always going to be good. Again, you're going to have to weigh it against your previous generations. Like I said, unless you're a spender, Magnus probably isn't the way to go for now. I'd probably skip him. Unless you really want that extra joiner. I really want that extra joiner. Plus, I'm also a spender, so I went for it. You know me by now. Let's see. Who else has been birthed by this generation? Zura. What's up, bro? You know, I mean, some people just can't wear a mask and pull it off. This guy, this guy pulls it off. He's my kind of shaman. All right, let's check out his skills. We're going to go reverse start. We're exploration. Zura summons divine aid by dance invocation, healing all friendly heroes equal to 100% per second, equal to attack 100% per second while reducing their damage taken by 50% for 3 seconds. So there's some health. And we haven't had health since Philly, I believe. Philly was the last time we threw some health. So it's always a good bump there. Again, this is a individual attacks in arena. Zura also targets with deadly spores, dealing attack of 140% damage every time the target attacks that lasts for 3 seconds. That sounds nice too. And finally, the blow dart lotion. It puts the lotion on the blow dart. Yeah, I'm not going to touch that one further and pause. Increases their attack by 12% and with a 20% chance per dart of immobilizing target for 1 second. It sounds cool. Will it do actual damage? Again, this is probably going to be not. Oh, let's see, because we just had Hendrik. Hendrik's much better area. Remember, we're always looking for kind of like an area of effect attack. Zora doesn't have that, but she has a health. So she might replace your previous Lancer, but we'll get to the new Lancer in a second and see how much we're going to compare that. So that's where you're going. Are you going to run out 3 marksmen in the back row this time, or are you going to run out still the 2 marksmen and a Lancer as we've done previously? This is to be determined. Right now we're going to go to the expedition. Are you a joiner? No, you're not. You're not a joiner. But you reduce damage dealt by 20%. So what does that make you? A defensive joiner. Yeah, 20% is pretty good. That's going to fall in line with some other people. Not quite the 25% of others, but when you're, again, this is as you're getting, we're further into the game. We're in Gen 9. So if you haven't realized that by now, you're using more than 1 march. You know, this is, you know, you can't send your best joiner out to every single march. You're going to be joining and garrisoning 3, 4, 5 buildings, especially like in a Tundra Arms or Foundry. So this is the way you're. So Zura might help out, but again, Zura ain't coming free. He is either going to pay for them, buy some chests, or you better, if you rank up high in SVS or KOI, then that's what's going to get you uh, some extra Zura shards, Zura pieces. Either way, to help boost Zura. Otherwise, if you're a spender, have at it. Use those general shards. Was I spending money on Zura? No, I was not. I mean, what? Paul's had lied. I did have to get the initial Zura to unlock him, and then once I got those 10, then I went with my general shards, and I had a lot of general shards. Skill number 2. Being able to identify the weak spots of the enemy's armor. Zura's marksmen deal 100% additional damage every 2 strikes and make their target 25% more damage for 1 turn. That sounds pretty good. Even though it's kind of a turns-based thing, which we're always kind of weary about, there's 2 different things in there. And if it was the first skill, I'd say let's go as a joiner, but not really. So the other thing is when you're in a garrison, how often do you have marksmen in your garrison? Not often. So this would be if you're getting into a marksman ratio that is like, say you're going defensive and you're doing marksman in your defense, which again depends on your alliance. It depends on your R5. Discuss it amongst yourselves. Maybe you're not running 60-40 or 70-30. Maybe you're running 60 30-10. Then you have some marksman there, and marksman defense will be helped by those first 2 categories, especially. Or maybe doing a 60-10-30. Change it up there as well. That's going to help your defense. And then finally, third skill is increasing marksman damage dealt by 10% while reducing damage taken by 15%. So again, this is defensive, but only for marksman. So unless you're doing garrison for marksman, this is not the way to go. Depending on who's in your garrison, what ratio are you using? Again, as always, work with your team, work with your R5, discuss it amongst your state if it's an SVS situation, because you all want to be on the same page if you want to win. Nobody likes people going rogue. Spending when it's not SVS. I hope you've saved for us as SVS. How's everybody's SVS going? This is day 2 for us in my state. Probably in your state too, depending on when you watch this video. So we just did some beautiful research. Me being whaled up, I had no research left to do, which was nice. So I'm just saving all my research because I know what's coming down that pipe. I can almost smell it, and it's T12 troops. And as much as I'm looking forward to it, I'm also going to know that after T12, I may come back and be bald because I'll rip my hair out from the insanity that it costs me. Because there's no way to get maxed out, but I don't know what level I'm going to get to. I'm just going to keep saving. I got about 3 months till T12 launches, and both terrified and looking forward to it. And finally, Fireman Fred. It's just Fred, but obviously he's wearing fireman gear, which is awesome. But you can tell he's a little bit older because he's having a little trouble maintaining his stream. Wow, I dipped a toe in the red room right there. I apologize to all you people with delicate delicate ears and sensibilities. We have a little bit of a gutter that the mind likes to hang out in, mine more so than others. So I apologize. It usually doesn't come out here, but yeah, hopefully Fred takes care of that problem. But let's check out his skills. We're going back to the other way again. Expedition. He reduces all enemy troops' lethality by 20%. So again, this is joiner stuff for defense. Not bad. Reducing lethality by 20%. It's not bad at all there, Fred. Second one, he coats enemy infantry shields with special acidic blend, amplifying their damage taken by 20%. That's pretty cool, actually. So that's offensive, but it's when you're attacking infantry. So this is getting into lead attack. Pardon the yawn. Territory. Finally, the third one, a master of pressure, both hydraulic and tactical. At least he has master pressure somewhere. Fred's Lancers deal 200% additional damage every 4 strikes and reduce enemy troop damage dealt by 20% on the next turn. So this is where the opposite of Zera, where this is their Lancers are helpful. If you're heavy Lancers, you're going to want him on defense because enemy damage dealt is 20% down and damage up is 2% every 4 strikes. So if you divide that out, that's like 50% additional damage from. So this is if you're getting to that 60-40, 70-30, we like that one because what else did it go with? Right up here, reduce lethality. So that's a nice Lancer to have. Also, again, amplifying damage taken from infantry. So infantry is not as big, but like say someone's coming at you 40, 20, 40, that's 40% infantry. Or if they're attacking, 60, 10, 30 or 50, 0, 50, which we're seeing more often now. So that's going to help because there's 50% infantry in there. So he's pretty, sounds like not a bad maybe joiner, again, depending on who else you have in there. But definitely Garrison lead Lancer now that we're to Gen 9. Then, of course, there's Exploration, which, of course, is does he help us with our arena, as we keep asking. And he deals attack 84%. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you it raids down special acidic formulation on the target area. So it's target area. We like target areas. 84% damage every half second while increasing target's damage taken by 15% for 3 seconds. So that sounds pretty good. We like area damage, so that's not bad. Then he is water blast the target, rinsing away their combat bonuses while dealing damage equal to attack 280%. That's pretty good because it's dealing with their damage bonuses. So it's like if someone's using like Lynn to bonus them, or some of the other heroes that have bonuses, this is going to do away with that and help your team. And finally, he increased attack by 24% because he performs better under stress in some areas. And defense by 75% when under 50% health. So that's not bad at all. He sounds like it's be pretty good in the arena. Is he gonna be better than Sonya, who we used last time? Probably. He's got that area effect damage, which is nice. Right there, target area, which we like. Strong, get rid of the bonuses plus equal attack of 280%. 280 is a good one. We gotta check out his gear, aka widgets. Widgets. All right. So for exploration, the noble idealism of Fred's calling increases attack by 24% and increases defense by 10% for each bonus spelled until the end of battle. Max 5 stacks. That's nice. But he also increases rally troops attack by 15%. So his expedition or garrison is offensive. So it doesn't help you while he's in the garrison. He helps you while attacking a garrison because he's got a troop attack of 15%. So that's where your way was. Is he better than others? And the answer is probably maybe. Go back to his skills. I guess when you're attacking infantry, so you're also going to get the bonus 15%. So they increase damage. It's not bad right there. And also Lancers and reducing. So if you're attacking heavy with Lancers too, so 50-0-50 won't help with Fred. 40-20-40 is not so great with Fred, but it's not bad. But the big thing is, Fred's our freebie. Fred's our lucky wheel. So since the last one we had was Gen 6, Gen 6 with Renee, we say, au revoir, Renee. It has been a pleasure. Now we welcome in Fireman Fred. I do voices. And they're all up here. If you checked out my jacket in my closet, I swear it's a straight one. You better have gotten that one. But the good news is with all these heroes, no math was needed. I believe the one thing I did forget, and I not believe it, I know I did, is I didn't look at Zera's widgets with you. So let's check her out. Or, I keep saying it, I want to say her, but it's him. Look at that. He increases damage dealt by 60% in 4 seconds. And then he exhorts the city's defenders with increased ancient hymns to Gaia, increasing their attack by 15%. Exhorts the city's defenders. So it sounds like he increases defensive attack by 15%. That's nice. So not helpful in an attack, but helpful in the garrison if you're getting Zura. And we go back to skills. And Zura skills is again reduce the damage taken and the marks by 15%. And taken, I'm sorry, damage up 100. This is marksman stuff again. And the first one, of course, was reduce your damage dealt by 20%. So, as I've seen many places, Gen 9 is kind of ho hum, in my opinion. Um, Gen 8 had a couple nice ones. Gateau was a great infantry person. Hendrick was awesome for arena and has some good rally attack boosts. But Gen 9 just seems like unless you're a whale who buys everything, you're gonna slide through most of this. I mean, happy to get the new joiner in Magnus. I need that sixth joiner. I kept saying that my sixth rally kept having no heroes. But now I got Magnus, so that's gonna help me. But if you're like I said, if you're free to play, Fred, that's the way to go. Skip Zura and Magnus, especially Zura because Gen 10 brings us Blanchette on Lucky Wheel, and she will be your new lead marksman. I'm telling that right now. So in preparation, I'll give you a little future info. Ooh, I look into my crystal ball. It's crystal and clear. You can't see it. That's why it's here. I see Blanchette. Oh, Blanchette, you will replace no Bradley. Oh my God, I wrote a song about him and everything. Oh, Bradley, you're gonna be replaced. I didn't read. The second verse of the song says he's being replaced. I should have said that to you guys before. I'm sorry about that. But Blanchett, but even further into it, let's go deep into the crystal ball. Deep into the crystal ball. And Blanchett's only going to hang around for 3 months as herself because Gen 11 is going to be someone you want to spend on, and his name is Rufus. And Rufus is cool. He's as cool as another Rufus that we knew going back many eons ago. And that Rufus was in a great movie called Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures because Rufus is also excellent. And so will Gen 11 Rufus be. And he will be someone that you want to save up some general shards for and get going on it. And that is the way we are going to end this beautiful Gen 9 introduction. I hope you learned some things. As always, we get better together. For those who are free to play, the way to go is Fred. To say good time to tell Renee to go back home. Clown College is calling back. They want her to come and be an honorary professor at Clown College and bounce on the ball. And that's pretty much it. Sarah's the way to go. Magnus is a nice joiner. Sarah's the way. Wow, I just listen. Fred is the way to go if you're lucky wheel. Take it. Always take the lucky wheel. Zara is a meh. And Magnus is a joiner. That's it. They're holdovers. If you're spending, go for it. If you're not spending, which a lot of you aren't, or you're low spenders, just stick with Fred. Unless you want that extra joiner, then maybe Magnus. Zer is going to be like a no-go zone, just not worth it. You'll get some shards if you do well in SVS and in KOI, and that's where you'll see him. I said her before. I know I did. I'm confused. It's the shaman mask. I don't know. He's a cool guy. But oh wait, there wasn't until next time. But we have a visitor. Oh, we know the person you can see. You're like Gen 9, nothing. Gen 9, I say 9, 9 Gen 9. We say, show me the puppy. He's here. He's a little shaggy. He's going to the groomer this week. So, but he's missed you guys too. He's the one who's been like sitting there staring at me like, yo, when's our next video? The people need me. They have requested to see me. And I just like, I can't get like this puppy like ego too big because before you know it, he'll be like on billboards and stuff like that. I know he will because that's kind of like, star potential he has. But I have to keep him humble, right? You're humble? Give him a kiss? Humble kiss? Oh, yeah. Good boy. So once again, I am the Mighty Rider. And I would like to thank you all for visiting us. And until next time, you have a wonderful day. Oh, like and subscribe, please. He wants likes. He wants lots of likes. Like for the puppy. Like for the puppy gets it. Grr. Just kidding. Please don't hurt my puppy. Thanks again. Goodbye. Until next time. Mighty Rider. Thank you and goodbye.